Hi guys, we're here in Stuart, Florida, and today is day 7 in the non-surgical course. And today we're learning about the wrist and the hand. So we're going to first learn about the techniques that we're going to use. So we're going to start off that we have the origin and the insertion. So we would go ahead and open up the wrist. Okay, and then we would open up into the elbow to start off with, to open everything up. And then we're going to be concentrating on this area here, which we're going to go about 2 to 3 inches above the wrist. We're going to make sure the first position is going to be the palm up, and this opens up the 2 bones that are here.
Yeah, so when we always start palm up, and so just make that a mental note, because your radius and ulna kind of lie like so. But as soon as I rotate my arm over like that, my bones kind of cross a little bit. And so you're going to get more done on this side before we come into the top.
Okay. So first we're going to be face to face, and we're going to be working from this point. We'll be pulling this direction, working, taking in mind that the person, there's a lot of tendons, ligaments, and everything in this area. So you need to be paying attention to your patient and noticing how
they're reacting, because
right.
It's going to be more face-to-face and face-to-feet with 45-degree angles, because I mindfully know that my tendons insert from here to here if nothing's going sideways. So face-to-side a lot up in here might feel like you're jumping over guitar strings. So I want you to try to strip it more so. But when you're in the wrist joint, you can do more vertical and complete horizontal.
So as we work down into the joint right here, we're going to be going in this direction. We'll be pulling in this direction because we're face to feet, and then once we turn around, we'll be pulling the other direction. So as we clean this really, really good, then we're going to go into the palm of the hand, and we're going to clean this section up. The same thing, working all angles and into all of the area where the carpals are. And then we're going to open up the hand.
And just ask them to spread their fingers a little wide. Like, I don't want to have my hand like flattened together, because you want to try to sit in between. You want to come from the carpals into the metacarpals and actually sit in between the groove of the hand. So if I have my fingers together, they're going to be kind of more compressed.
So have them open up their fingers, and then we're going to go ahead and work each individual up and back. And we're going to slide over.
And a good representation is like, think of like we're doing the foot, but instead of doing the sides, because it's not like you're going to work along the side of my hand. You can take like a shot glass in there if I had some bowing out from like calcification. But in general, it's just top and bottom.
Right. After we clean up the inside of the hand, we're going to move to the fingers. And this, we're going to concentrate on the joint area, so pinpoint. So we'll work down, and we make it like a hamburger bun.
Hot dog bun.
Hot dog bun. I don't need hot dogs.
Yeah.
Hamburgers.
Yeah.
Okay, hot dog bun. And we place it in, and we're going to go in and concentrate on each joint, and then we just switch, and then we come into the thumb, and we make sure everything is cleaned up. Once we're done with this, then we're going to head
Face to feet.
to feet. Now this one here, you can't see the patient's face, right?
Right.
So try and pay attention to what you're feeling with them. And we're going to go basically through the same thing again. 2 to 3 inches up. We draw this way now. When we come into the wrist, we can pull more this way. Make sure you're cleaning out the wrist. This is where a lot of people have the issues. Into the palm of the hand, really, really good. You'll find a lot of people have a lot of stuff going on right here. In this area, we're pulling all angles. And again, we ask them to open up their fingers. And then we work down each metacarpal. Go into here. Now we do the fingers. It's the same, concentrating on the joints, each one. And once we do that, then what?
Thumb.
Well, we're going to do all the fingers, the thumb included. What's next?
Then you turn it over. Then you turn your palm over.
There we go. So we're face to feet still, but we're going to stay here so we don't keep rotating.
Right.
So now we start up again, a few inches up, and we're going to go ahead and pull. And then we work our way through the wrist. And then we go on the top of the hand. Same thing?
It's the same routine. Just be mindful. The top of the hand, the bones are right there on the surface. There's no tissue depth, and the palms of the hands take quite a bit of a beating, but the tops of our hands don't. So they're really sensitive. So watch how I'm reacting.
Right. And you're starting out face to feet, so you need to be very aware of that. And then it's the same thing, you know, working the joints, concentrating on the joints of the fingers. Fingers are much easier than toes because they're longer. Yes. So you're able to do that. Once we pull through this way, what are we doing?
Face to face.
Face to face. Perfect. And I forgot to start off with my effleurage massage in the beginning, which we all know, right? And we're working face to face now. We're finishing off this way. And to concentrate on the wrist again, everything is opening up this wrist as we're pulling all the angles here. We work the top of the hands this way. And then we go into each individual finger, concentrating on the, come on guys.
Joints.
And then once we're finished with that, then we finish off with a little effleurage massage. And then we're going to go into the wrist pulls. So basically, we're going to
Just grabbing at the wrist and grabbing at the hand, and she's shifting her hands up and down. So it's
And
not
you
like
can-
she's pulling it out. She's going up and down, trying to shift it, and you can feel the actual
feel it.
joint like shifting back and forth. We want to really kind of try to break that ice.
So we're shifting. You can even, you know, after you're done, get a little rotation in there, get that joint moving, and then we're going to go ahead and do some extension, flexion and extension. And then we take it this way. Watch their face as far as like what you're doing, because if you go too far, once you do that, then we're going to go into the finger pulls so we can loosen it up, you know, go different directions. And then once we're completely finished, effleurage, some pain away.
Yeah, pain away or peppermint's really good for the air because it's a stimulant, but like really tell them that they have essential oils on their hands because as you noticed, you're releasing a lot of endorphins, so like some people are kind of like out of it, they'll touch their face, they'll go to the washroom, they'll be like, oh, it's really minty. So just let them know.
Okay,
Go to the washroom.
that's the hand and the wrist.